Incredibusy. Well, actually it's not Ali, it's a puppet. It's a puppet. So today we're going to show you how to make these clay head puppets using craft sticks. So I'll just pop this fella down here and talk you through what we've done here. So firstly, you need some air drying clay and then anything you can find around the house in way of buttons or pom-poms, or just have a look around and see what you've got. I really like these googly eyes. I think they're really useful to have in your craft box. I'm trying to keep it in focus for you. So on this one you can see, let me just hold him still, or her, we've stuck buttons into the head as it were, and googly eyes, and we've made a little scarf and some pom-poms on there. This one we've stuck buttons on. Can you see the buttons here? And cute little ears on this one. This was a bit of an experiment. This was a scarf. It was starting off as a scarf, and then we thought it would be really cool as hair. Anyway, it's really cool. And then obviously we started with this one. So we've got loads of these feathers. They're beautiful peacock feathers. So if anyone wants a peacock feather, let me know. I'll try and find a way of getting them to you because we've got loads of them. So we've got a bit of an array of colours here. I thought we might make a blue one. So let's move this one out of the way and we can do it here. So what you need to do is start assembling the bits you need. So we've got a craft stick. Let me just make sure the focus is good, and then we've picked some blue buttons. I thought I had 4 buttons. There you go, there's the 4th button. We've got some blue, I suppose this is embroidery thread, and we've got some crazy blue wool which we're going to use as hair. Now we're inspired by this one here. So first of all, sorry I didn't show you the air drying clay. This is the air drying clay that we use. So I'm just going to tear a chunk of that off, and you need to keep it really wrapped up well. I'm trying to do this one-handed. Hang on a second. Because it just dries out so quickly. So you take a chunk of the clay and you roll it between your hands to make a ball like this. Can you see what I'm doing? It's really easy for small kids to do as well as big kids like me. So yeah, you can, as long as it's kind of smooth and roundish. Sometimes we roll them a bit like that to make them longer heads. So actually let's do that. Like that. You need a little pot of water handy because sometimes when the air drying clay dries out a bit it starts to crack, so you just pop your finger in the water and then you can smooth out the cracks. So basically it's just starting off, you kind of squeeze to make a nose, and then you push it up, and then I just push my thumb in like that to make a mouth. Now that's a very crude way of showing you, so I'll just take a broken stick and we can kind of make eye sockets like that. So you don't actually need googly eyes or buttons. You could just use something like a stick or the end of a pair of scissors to kind of make the characteristics of the character. And like I say, you just dip your finger in the water and smooth it off if you want to. That's a very Roman nose, that one, isn't it? So that's a very basic model. Actually, let's put some eyes in. I've got these cute eyes with eyelashes. And again, if you just push them in, when the clay dries, they should stick in, but you can always come back and glue them if it pops out. And then, as I said, this is a very crude one. I'll just give it a bit more of a smile. You just push the stick in like this. Oh, there you go. And if you're worried about it falling off, if you turn it over, you can just smooth this down the back. But you know, if it does fall off, you can always glue it back on again. But anyway, there's super crude, but you get the gist. Actually, let's give this one some teeth. There you go. He's a spooky looking character. So I think we can put some buttons on now. So I'll just pop that down there, get it back in focus. Let's get it back in focus, and then I've got some sticky glue, and we'll just glue the buttons on. Oh, she says, squeeze the glue out. One. Oh, that's very drippy glue. There you go. Oh, a bit of a mess. Right. It's going to get all over my fingers now. Okay, so there's the buttons. There are the buttons going on like so. How's that looking? Looks okay, right? Should we give him or her a nice scarf? So what I did with this, and I've got glue all over my hands now, so just hang on a minute while I wipe my fingers. I was going to say was, you can either plait the thread to make a kind of plaited scarf. Oh gosh, I really am making a mess of this with the gluey fingers. Or what I do is I just fold it into threes, which is, I guess, the basic of a plait. And then I just, I'm not explaining this very well, and then I just cut it and tie it off each end. I'm trying to find scissors. I'm all caught up in embroidery thread. Oh goodness. And sticky fingers. Yeah, so I'm just going to tie each end of the string, the thread even, to make a scarf. One end and then the other end. Tie that, and then you can just tie that round. And that's actually what we did with the hair on this one. We just pushed it into the top to make it look more like a natural hairline. So then I'll just tie this round. I've not quite made that long enough, it's okay. Hang on. It's fiddly when it's a bit short. Like that. You see? That's coming together. And then, as I said, let's make the hair. So take some wool. This is a funny wool, isn't it? And then I'll just pull what you need off. Just give it short hair. Like this. How's that for crazy hair? That's super crazy, this character. And then what we did with that orange hair, is we just pushed it in like this. Like so, with our finger. And you can just squeeze it up to pop it in. I'm making a bit of a pig's ear of it, but you get the gist. And then if it doesn't stay in, which is not, I can just glue it. So I'll get some more glue. It's all about the glue today. It's going everywhere. I'll just put a bit of glue in there, like so, and push the hair into it. And hold it for a bit. There you go, that's crazy. It looks a bit like, what are those things called? Trolls. Oh, don't get me started on trolls. Anyway, how about that? That's a bit cute, right? Okay, so I'll just come up and say goodbye. So make sure you subscribe. It's a little puppet. We'll do a puppet show for you. Cheerio, don't forget to subscribe to INCREDIBUSY. Bye.